Everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Strixhaven CHAOS with this incredible cast and group of friends we are playing. I believe we are still in our first year at Strixhaven, and we're going to see where it goes from here. I personally can't wait to play it and to see it. I love everyone's characters, and I love the relationships that are already forming with these misfits sometimes, maybe sometimes sticklers, whatever everybody is forming to be here. It has been a good time so far. Thank you for joining us. We have an incredible sponsor, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. And so if you are here looking for a chest coat, it is on the screen somewhere, maybe that way. And then I don't know if I got that right or not. I can't see the screen right now. Or it is going to be available in chat. So check that out. And thank you for your support. Stick around, stay a while, and watch and listen and see everything that is going to happen with this awesome crew. I am going to stop there and make sure that everybody gets to go around and introduce themselves. I'll start with me. I am Adam Bradford. I am the Chief Development Officer at Demiplane. You can find me on Twitter at BadEyeAdam. I also have so many things that I'm working on right now with our incredible team here at Demiplane, including getting the second phase of early access ready to go for Pathfinder Nexus. It's going to be really, really great. You're going to see the game compendium go live very soon, so keep your eyes open for that. We've got several other Nexus type digital tool sets that are on the way too. So World of Darkness Nexus, we have Free League Nexus. We have some that we haven't talked about and shared yet. So it's going to be a big year for Demiplane, and thank you for watching. And then one more time, I will say that we've got some big news coming for the follow-up show for this show right here. So we're going to end this after 8 episodes, but we are going to be coming in very hot and very hard with a really, really cool new concept. Can't wait to share more about that in the next few weeks. All right, I'm going to go to Jen first.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. I am a producer, writer, actor person. I worked on Candlekeep Mysteries. I created the Accessibility and Gaming Resource Guide. You can find me on Twitter as DreamWisp. You can find me on Twitch as DreamWispJen. That's me.
And who are you playing today?
I'm playing Niko. I'm playing Niko, who's a Heron Druid. Thank you.
That's it. Oh, I forgot mine too. So I am Theo, who is a Leonin wizard.
That's my big brother.
That's it. Very big brother. All right.
Much
Lauren,
bigger brother.
Let's go to you.
I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on Twitter as OboLauren. You can find me here stealing whatever I can find. Although, hopefully maybe after a couple months, not so much, as I'm playing Mal, the Owlin Ranger, who, exciting things have happened.
Very fun. All right. And Hope.
Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at the Hope LaVelle. I am a motion capture performer by day and D&D enthusiast by night. And I am going to be playing Impa, Impa Gravestone, who is a Luxodon cleric, Death Domain.
Ooh, very fun. All right, last, certainly not least, especially since he is running the game for us this evening, Mr. B-Day Walters.
Hey, it is I. Hello, B-Day Walters. I say words about things. You can find me all over the interwebs and apparently occasionally on television, wherever fine content can be located. And I am your humble storyteller for this adventure. Again, we are running Strixhaven, which I have my fancy version of the book, The Curriculum of Chaos. This is a really great campaign, really elaborate, that I cannot do it justice. I know I said it's the Cliff Notes of the Strixhaven, but it really is kind of the Cliff Notes of Strixhaven. So that's if you have the opportunity to play this and get down deep into it, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So speaking about being deep down into it, our wonderful students had a fairly eventful first day of school, attacked by an ochre jelly, met each other, met some of the other influential students in and about campus, got a vessel that would provide endless coffee, which in and of itself was worth the cost of admission. soon after, while adjusting to life here in school, or actually even that very day, a mimic came to life in the performance room right there in the biblioplex, which you all destroyed and found. Once it died, it turned back into a chest that was covered in a strange black liquid. Time passed. You went to school, went to classes, started making friends. Some of you became roommates with each other as uh, Niko and Matt. Wait, is
Impa?
Niko and Impa are together, correct?
Mhm.
Are roommates? Yes. And then Mal and Theo are roommates together. We found out that Theo has been sneaking in after hours to read books that he's not supposed to have access to, and Mal, in the process of sneaking out to also steal books for Theo, somehow never put together what Theo was doing, because of course he wouldn't do such a thing. One day before the day before finals, you all were invited to a frog race that was very exciting, and I believe Impa won that race, if memory serves correctly. But afterwards, the frogs grew into giant toads that were coughing and vomiting up a similar thick black liquid, although you actually managed not to harm them. Once you just sort of kept them corralled for about a minute, they turned back into regular frogs. Theo cast an identify spell on this strange black liquid that we said we would get back to, and you all had a final exam about the Sladi, which are intelligent, humanoid, quite malevolent frog-like creatures that you passed with flying colors. Theo with a lot more effort than probably thought was going to be required, but he still did it. And your professor, for the record, for your class, I have a whole list of people here. And then, of course, this is the one that I don't have handiest.
The professor for that class is
Yep.
Berelda Lang.
That's her, Professor Verelda Lang. And she is a dryad, a child of the forest. So we pick up sometime later. Time has passed. You all are going through life on Strixhaven campus. Again, making friends, joining clubs, perhaps joining extracurricular activities. And in the back of your mind, Theo, it occurs to you one day that you never really stopped to think too hard about the results of that identify spell oh so long ago, some months prior. What you find from that, for the record, let me tell you all who aren't familiar off the top of your head, the identify spell will tell you if something is a magic item or some other magic imbued object. You learn its properties and how to use them. You learn whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any, whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. And if the item is corrected by a spell, you learn which spell created it. Theo, what you learn about this strange black liquid is, especially having spent some time here, there is a very common substance that is used around Strixhaven that is called an eldritch balm. It is used to strengthen materials, to make them weatherproof. It is just kind of an alchemical resin that they put on almost everything to make it last, because Strixhaven has stood for centuries and should stand for centuries more. So having things just wear and break down is a problem. Someone has messed with this one, which is not a very technical answer, but it's been twisted, corrupted somehow. Even though you should be able to determine exactly what's been done to it, you can't. It's just if you had to wager a guess, it is not just that the Eldritch Balm has been corrupted, like somebody got a jar of it and did something to it. It is almost like on a fundamental level, like its component parts have gone bad or been altered somehow. It does not have any charges or require any attunement or anything like that. It also seems, if anything, like it has been just charged with pure chaos. Like it wasn't designed to do anything in particular. It was just designed to do something. And you yourself have witnessed it bring a trunk to life. You've watched it mutate some frogs. You've heard stories of other strange happenings in and around campus. But that is what you know, Theo.
And Theo, very thoughtfully, thinks this to himself and then says, very, very strange. And he moves on from there. He does not share that information with the rest of the group at this time.
Perfect.
Is there a chance that he could have recovered any of that way back when?
Oh, Theo, at one point, Mal is taking off his armor from the day because he still wears his armor under his robes and everything. And you see the 2 black marks on his armor where, here's the scoop from the chest, here's the scoop from the frogs. And, he's taken to looking at them and being like, still there. All right, here we go. And he takes off his armor.
Mal did keep samples of both. Yep.
Mal, is there any way I could perhaps trouble you to collect that into these vials that I have here in my desk drawer? I just want to keep it for safe keeping, and I will never use it to turn any kind of inanimate object to life or any nefarious other purpose.
Yeah, sure. If you think you can fit my entire armor into one of your tiny little vials.
No. And Theo removes what looks like a straight razor. You don't know why he would have this because it's not like he shaves, but he takes this and starts to just kind of try to scrape some of it into some of these vials.
Hey, you nick the armor, you're paying for the mending, okay?
I assure you that I am very talented with the razor blade.
Really? What's got you all talented with that? I've never seen you wield a knife before.
It's something I would rather not talk about, but I assure you that no harm shall come to your armor.
All right, well, I trust you, so, do what you gotta do. You gonna tell me what you're gonna do with this stuff once you collect it and stick it in your vials and stick it in your desk and forget about it for like 5 days?
Listen, I have many things in my desk, and I assure you that I could name each one of them. I could tell you what placement they are within the drawers. I could tell you what kind of system I keep them in to keep it all straight in my mind palace. And so I assure you this will not be forgotten. And I will probably use it one of these days when I go back home to the Warren where our family, Niko and I, we're siblings, if you didn't realize that. But when we go back home, I will be able to perhaps turn a doll into something a little more fun than a normal straw doll for some of our younger siblings.
Theo, we've been living together in this kip for like weeks, months, years. I don't even remember. It's been forever. Yes, I know that's your sister. We've been talking about going back to your Warren.
I don't presume that you keep up with all the details of my life, because I am not certain that I have done so for yours.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You're the one with like the fancy memory, and I don't mind talking at you, even if you're not listening. Anyway, yeah, you got what you need?
I do. I thank you very much.
Okay, well, I gotta go to cheer practice because all the fun people are going to be doing cheer stuff, and I'm going to go watch.
Very well.
You do hear at your front door.
And I'm opening the door just as they're knocking because I was going to go watch cheer practice. Yeah?
After the first knock hits, you see the towering beauty of Xanther Bowen standing there waiting for you, Mal. He has dark brown skin and eyes and hair that literally look like they're on fire.
Hey, I was just coming out to watch you do the leaping thing in the air.
I was hoping you were going to come today. I just wanted to stop by and ask if you wanted to walk together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't mind that I kind of walk a little slow, but yeah, sure. I mean, I usually fly on over there, but yeah, sure.
Have you thought about joining the team? Because you would be an excellent top of the pyramid, and if we miscalculate, you can fly and not fall and break your leg. So
maybe. I mean, I gotta admit, I kind of just like to show up and hang out and watch you.
Get a room and please depart these premises.
Xanther just looks over at you, Theo, and he goes, I think he just wants to compete in the Mage Tower games and not cheer for the Mage Tower games. But all right, come on. No, you don't have to. You don't have to walk slow for me. Fly. I'll catch up. I'll keep up with you.
All right. And
Wait! Before you leave, what are these Mage Tower games?
Oh no, sorry. I thought you didn't want to be disturbed, and he just closes the door.
bye. Hey, if you want, and the last thing you hear as we're going away is me saying, "Well, I can fly if you really want me to, but I was hoping to like stay beside you, because you're kind of fun to walk besides."
You do hear this trailing off down the hall.
Theo begins to he just looks around for a moment, and then in a huff he gets up and he begins to put on his outside clothes, which means that he is putting on all kinds of gowns. He's got scarves. He ends with a floppy hat. He changes his spectacles. He basically takes longer to get dressed than it will take him to go down to the student union and find out more about the Mage Tower games.
Perfect. Meanwhile, in Impa and Niko's room, what's going on over there on a normal day?
Impa?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand this at all? And I show her my notebook.
Oh. Well, I suppose I understand the source material, but I don't understand your handwriting.
Oh. Well, can you explain the source material then?
Oh, yes. All right. And when I said that, I meant Alfred understands it. So maybe I just have him explain it.
Can you translate for Alfred?
Right. Yes. Right.
Oh my gosh! Look at what time it is. I got to go to cheer practice.
Right. You go ahead.
And I leaving the book in your hands, not even thinking. I'm just out the door on my way.
I'll stay here then.
Impa, a few minutes later, you hear echoing down the hallway, doom, 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 and it's very much getting closer.
Do I recognize that?
You absolutely recognize those heavy footfalls.
Yeah.
As one of your fellow Loxodon.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Bedun Rampart Sufige.
I'll open the door and look out the hallway.
You see them coming towards you, holding their chest set, and they just stop and say, "Ah, were you leaving? I didn't mean to disturb you. Is this a bad time?"
Oh, no, not at all. It's just that your footsteps were very loud and I was slightly distracted, so I thought I'd check it out and see what was going on.
I was attempting to walk quite quietly. I did not want to disturb. And he looks down. They look down, and their armor is polished and gleaming and wonderful as always.
No. You're not. You can't help that you're distracting. It's just the type of person that you are.
I prefer to lean into it. Stand out, I say. Yes.
Yes.
I was wondering if you would enjoy a game of dragon chess, but also over at the Prismari College, there's a performance taking place later tonight. If you would like to accompany me, you and all your friends, of course. Is Niko here? She gets terribly underfoot. I didn't know.
Oh, yes, no, I do believe she's over at the cheer practice. But as far as dragon chess, yes, absolutely. I learned dragon chess from one of the ancient founders. I met him here once, and he taught me everything that he knows.
I'm the captain of the dragon chess team, but I'll go easy on you this one time.
I was about to say the same thing.
Ah, rousing game, but would you like to accompany me to the performance later?
Can Alfred come?
You see their eyes narrow for a second, and they're like, "Alfred's always welcome, yes."
Right then, smashing. I do believe I'm not really good with social activities, but I suppose I need to break out of my shell a little bit. Alfred's always telling me to, be somebody I'm not.
Oh, you see, they take a step forward and their trunk gently takes your trunk, which is like a loxodon sign of, encouragement. It's not necessarily overly forward. He's like, oh, you don't have to change a thing, Impa. You don't have to come out of your shell or be anything other than what you are. You're wonderful right now.
Oh. Well, all right. Thank you.
Well, chess first and then the play later.
Right. Okay.
Now, just for the sake of argument, I just must know. Let's roll to see which one of you is gonna win this game of Dragon Chess.
All right. What are we rolling?
We're gonna let fate decide. Let me look here. What I think is a good approximation for Dragon Chess. I'm going to say I'm going to make Dragon Chess all about insight.
Okay. Fair enough.
So we'll roll insight 3 times.
That's my best stat. So let's do
Right?
this.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll roll insight 3 times.
Oh, bugger. Okay.
Yeah, hang on. What on earth? Sorry for deafening you all. Something's all over my dice bag. I don't know what it is. All right.
It's 3 rolls.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh no.
What did you get? I don't have a sheet for this guy, so I'm rolling physical dice. What you get?
I got a 7, 8, and 9.
You're new to Dragon Chess.
But she won because 7, 8, 9.
That's true. That's
But
true.
you're thinking too much about the cheer squad right now.
After you just get obliterated 3 games in a row, they're like, good fundamentals. You're a bit aggressive on the attack, though. You just sometimes we have to take these things slowly, Impa.
Right. It's a lot different when you're playing with a ghost, I must say. I didn't really like the circumstances that we're in, and it's a little hot in here, and my glasses were fogging up, and
Fogged up glasses, eh? Lovely. You see that Rampart just sort of stops, like very much like they forgot themselves, and they're like, yes, well, yeah, excellent game. You will come to the Rose stage tonight, though, right?
Right. I did say I would, didn't I?
Again, you'd bring everyone. It'd be a lovely time, and he very much is like fumbling with the box, and I would like to play again soon if you would like that.
You're acting very strange. Are you okay?
As you say, it's hot in here. The armor doesn't breathe well. I just
Right,
yeah.
you don't have to wear the armor, I think it's pretty safe here. Oh my goodness, have I said something to offend you? Alfred, you're supposed to tell me when I'm saying something offensive to people. I don't always pick up on it.
Not offensive, no. Would you mind terribly if I just leave my Dragon Chess set here?
I mean, of course. I don't know why, but okay.
It's very dear to me. Please keep it somewhere safe.
Oh, yes.
And he just sort of like slides it forward with his trunk.
She takes it very gently.
And he very much turns the wrong way, and it's like, Alfred? Yeah. And they turn and they walk out. The day passes uneventfully until it is
Every
time.
bit as awkward as so many interactions when I was in school.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I got to watch Xantha, doing his thing with the cheer squad. That is not uneventful.
Well, that is true. It was highly eventful. And he came in and picked you up personally.
Yeah.
Word has passed that everybody knows that the Rose Stage Festival is tonight over on the Prismari College campus. So all of you would have been aware that this was going to be a thing. Silverquill. He's Xanther's Prismari. This is Silverquill. So all of you would have known that there's a thing going on tonight. on the Silver Quill campus. And as the sun is starting to hang low in the sky, the four of you gather again on the edge of Silver Quill campus.
All right, so what's the thing going on? What, like, I heard there was a thing. Do we need?
Yes. It seems to be a performance of some sort. But Rampart was very particular about us all coming along, and so I think we should just, muster up the courage and go.
Cheers, jeers, and the buzzing of kazoos ring out as you draw near the Rose stage on Silver Quill College's campus. On the main stage, several students play act histrionically. One wears a flamboyant noble's costume, another wears a felt dragon's head, and a third wears a court jester's pantaloons. The audience roars with laughter as the scene plays out. And meanwhile, you see Rampart does come stomping up to you, holding a very small kazoo in their very large trunk. Are you, what would you all like to do? Would you like to act or watch or musical talent? Either way, this is going to be great. I can't wait to see what you all try. You all have known Rampart for months now. Usually they are very straight-laced and buttoned up, but they look kind of like a 1,200-pound child now with this kazoo clapping happily.
All right, Rampart, I got no idea what this is, but I'm all in. What do you want me to do?
Well, you all have a number of options. Niko, there you are. Sorry. Hello, Niko. Just missed you
Hi.
earlier, apparently.
I'm down here.
Yes, just wanted to make sure that I didn't accidentally bump into you or something. You all have a number of options. You can perform on stage. You can handle the props. You can accompany on kazoo, my favorite. You can encourage a performer. You can heckle a performer. Whatever you like.
Well, I'm all in on stage. What do you need?
One performer.
I suppose I'm quite helpful with props. I could do that.
One for props. Excellent.
Yeah, I think I can assist the performers, maybe.
Encourage.
Sure.
Very encouraging. Theo, your time is here.
I really think that I'm just going to go back to my room. I have so much studying to do.
Theo, and they put an arm around you, and they're one of the few people that is significantly larger than you, Theo. You're usually the biggest person in the room. Rampart's got you by another 6 inches and like 150 pounds. And just kind of puts an arm around you and is like, just one night of fun, Theo. We'll have plenty of time to study.
I suppose give me one of the little sound sticks.
Wait. You want to play the kazoo?
I truly despise the ridiculous name.
Yes, he does.
But sure, it looks like the easiest, least expenditure of my energy.
So they motion you in, and the Rose stage is like it is almost shaped just like a large rounded rectangle, almost like a big pill shape, with the stadium seats on one side and the backstage on the other, and in the middle there is a large rose carved on it. For anybody who has the book, the map of it's on page 89. As you all sort of, Rampart kind of motions you all forward, and one of them looks at you, Mal, another member of the cheer team, it kind of looks at you and smiles, and you all see a human comes running up with a big smile on their face, and they say, hi, I'm Quintilis. I'm helping run things here. You going to perform? You're Mal, right? Like, I've heard about you. Wait. He kind of steps back and kind of does the rookie mistake of touching exactly where his coin purse is, and it's like, right, yeah, but I am.
Well, hopefully you only heard good things, but considering what you got, and I think you heard truthful things. Listen, that rookie move, don't touch there. Like, as soon as you Mark sees that's it, it's gone. But don't worry about it. Like, I'm here to perform. I'm not here to not perform.
Oh, wow. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for the show?
I have no idea. Like, they said there's a show, go perform, and so I figured someone would give me a pot, but like, I'll do
it's
something.
kind of a variety thing, and he very much like there's no pattern of what's happening on stage. They're just improvising and yes-anding, and the audience is just going with it. And he's like, it's really more the spirit of it, you know.
All right. Okay. All right. Is there audience participation in this variety show?
Can be. You
Perfect.
very much, as you're up here, you're hearing some of the people are very much cheering and yay, and other ones are boo and heckling. Like it very much is very interactive what's happening here. Seems like
Alright.
people don't like the guy in the jester pantaloons, or at least there's definitely a contingent of people that do not like that guy.
You know, it's always a hard crowd. All right. Yeah. Yeah. As long as I can get, well, hey, and I'll look over at my friends.
Actually, he says, wait. You seem someone who likes a challenge, right?
Always. What kind of challenge?
He holds up a bag and he's like, I do have a list of prompts here, but I warn you, some of them are quite silly.
Well, so here's the thing. What I was thinking of doing was doing one of those stage acts, and where like I keep you distracted while I steal stuff from you without you knowing, even though you know I'm gonna steal stuff from you. How about I just steal the prompts that I want out of that bag on stage?
That seems perilously close to a confession, Mal. No. Come along with me on this. Like, this is going to be fun. I assure you, it's going to be fun. And he shakes the bag and he holds it in front of you and roll a d12.
All right. Okay. I would like to try to sleight of hand this thing so I could see what my options are before I take something, though.
You know what? I'll let you roll twice and I will let you pick which one of the two then.
Perfect.
So basically simulating that you kind of read a little bit.
All right.
I'm praying to little baby Jesus you get an 8. That's all I'm saying, folks.
Well, I got a 13 and a natural 20.
13,
So
well, a d12.
Oh, you
I'll
want
let you. Yeah, 12. I'll let you bank that. We're waving off that 20.
Abort
Not-
on the chaos.
It's fine. Listen. That was not a real
Chaos
D20.
We got
averted.
plenty. We got
Listen,
plenty. Yes,
this is what I-
D12.
Order restored.
A D12. Okay, so my first roll was a 1, and my second roll. Hey, you wanted an 8. There you go. I offer unto you an 8.
Wow.
I'm not gonna tell you which is which, but your options are to play either a cowardly monarch or a body noble.
Oh jeez. Both of those are super good.
I'm gonna give you a sec. I'm gonna give you a second to ponder
Yeah,
that.
let me think about this one.
While you're pondering that, it was Impa wanted props, right?
Yes.
Roll a d8 for me, Impa.
Oh, yay. It's a 5.
They come over in a couple of the other people working back there, like, would you be willing to help us with our special effects?
Special effects? I don't know. That sounds pretty dangerous.
They just start pulling out cutouts that look like fireballs and cutouts that look like burning hands and things like that you could just hold in front of somebody. They're like, whoosh.
I quite like this. Oh, I'll be very good at this too, because I have three appendages that I can use at the same time.
That's incredible. Yes, and they start hooking you up with these things here. We'll come back to the kazoo. Niko, you will be able to give them advantage on some roles that they're going to be doing here with your encouragement. That is how you're going to be able to help them. So what is it going to be? Cowardly monarch or body noble?
I'm gonna live dangerously. We're going body noble.
Body noble was the one I wanted. Body noble was the one I wanted out of this whole list here.
All right, okay, on stream, let's do this.
Yeah, so first of all, Mal, they have a ton of trunks and costume clothing in back here. What does Mal put on to be a body noble?
I think the bodiness, he thinks he's gonna act it. So I'm not necessarily looking for anything like, I'm looking for the most ridiculous noble outfit either. I think he's going buffoonish body. He's going like slapstick body. So he's going with what would be considered in Sigil to be like the most out of fashion noble garb, like people who think that
You're-
they're going to walk down the street and be, you know, the best powers
you're-
in Sigil.
You're going for Sigils, bell bottoms, and butterfly collar, essentially, right?
Yeah, yeah, but just like the worst. Like the most garish colors, the top doesn't match the bottom. He's gonna find shoes that don't fit because he's an owlin and doesn't wear shoes, and so he's gonna put like one on one dew claw and one on the other claw and just be ridiculous.
Theo, as they motion you over to where the band is playing, and you see Rampart picks up their kazoo too, and it's like, oh, Mal's about to start. Oh, come on, Theo, come on. Theo, roll a performance check for me, please.
Eight.
I can just picture this too.
Yeah, no, please tell me what it looks like when Theo does a particularly not good job playing the kazoo.
How do you even mess this up?
I don't even know.
You're blowing into the wrong end.
I was about to say the wrong. You're like off. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like you're
Pause.
inhale,
They make it. They
inhale.
can make it difficult for the holding the
He
kazoo.
puts it between his teeth, and then he accidentally uses his Leonin ability, Daunting Roar.
Oh
And-
no!
And it's like not doing anything, and then all of a sudden, he lets out like a really, really bad roar.
Impa, you see one of the other kids that was near you who was carrying a big owlbear cutout, visibly screams and drops the owlbear and like runs away, you know. And Mal, as you're making your way out, Niko, give me actually, you don't have to roll anything. You can just help. So let me ask you this, Niko. Seeing it's not going well for your brother, but Mal is making his way to the stage, which one of them are you going to help?
Can I help Mal by referencing what's happening with Theo?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What sound effects? I mean, honestly, they've just increased the performance quality and the production value. Yeah, I'm a first year and I've never seen a show here. It's remarkable how realistic they get the sounds of. It's so terrible. Can you imagine if they did a scary play?
Is that actually a kazoo that you have?
Of course it is. I mean, who doesn't have a kazoo just lying around?
I'm just saying, I got 2 young kids, and I don't think I've got a kazoo anywhere in that
second.
house. You
I
know,
don't
You're not really living life.
I
So.
don't
it's
have
true.
kazoo.
Apparently, I've been the jerk this entire time. Yeah, if Hope is gonna bust out the rhythm kazoo here, geez.
I'm kazooless as well, so.
Ah, yes.
Always
That's
ready.
True professionals.
I
True
could get a kazoo, but it's buried in there under about 5 different other
You have a
instruments.
kazoo that's made of like really nice wood.
That's true.
It's painted
I know.
black
Hand
and-
carved.
Yeah, like this, like hand
varnish.
fine artisanal oak kazoo. Yeah, probably.
Inlaid wood.
Or I just got
Mother
a
of pearl
dented old
detail.
kazoo that just sits in the back of a drawer that also has about 3 different harmonicas, including a chromatic one, which is the worst thing ever of all time.
We'll say chromatic harmonica would be a great bard spell.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
but-
yeah.
Mal, you
Prismatic. harmonica.
take the stage as your body noble, as Niko is shouting encouragement, and you can roll with advantage here on your performance.
All right. Oof, that's a mighty 11. That's a mighty 11.
That's
Mhm.
with the advantage?
That's with the advantage. Yeah, I rolled a 7 and a
Ugh.
9 in my performance. listen, I haven't started at the Prismari college
This
yet.
is
I
the
just
come up
know I want to
from last
perform.
week.
So yeah. So I come strutting on out, and I hear the very the lackluster kazoos, and Mal tries to think of something bawdy to say about the kazoos, and what ends up coming out is, listen, if you're gonna blow in the wrong end, you might as well just go home at this point, right?
Impa, roll an insight check for me.
It is an 18.
You see Quintilus leans over and says, "He's bombing. Run out with the fireball cutout."
Right. And she just like comes out with like one fireball, and she's mistakenly grabbed the other, like, fire bolts and things, and she's just like tumbling out there with all the effects, kind of waving them.
Can I manage?
Rampart is like,
May I druidcraft a bunch of flowers and start throwing them on stage? Bravo!
absolutely, yes, Mel.
Encore.
Can I manage to maneuver myself in such a way so that one of Impa's fireballs hits me right in the body parts?
Make another performance
Which parts
check.
are you talking about?
That's true.
Whatever.
In our PG stream, yeah.
In our PG stream, it'd be whatever the body parts are that you're thinking about. Performance. Let's do this.
It's the body parts.
It's the body.
I rolled a
The
6
body.
and a 6 for an 8.
So they land on your shoulder and your toe.
I feel like they land in the
I'm-
right spot, but this is suddenly one of those old VHS tapes of somebody, like getting hit in the body parts
Yeah.
and
the
not
gag
reacting
goes
well.
too far. Yeah.
The gag goes too far.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So Impa, you come running towards Mel. Mel run towards you and then takes what might be a season-ending injury there, right in front of you, and hits the floor in front of you. And
Knowing that.
oh geez, I rolled for the crowd reaction. I got a 1 and a 3.
Oh,
So the crowd's like, boo!
You don't understand modern theater.
Oh,
Yeah.
neither do I.
It's performative. It's supposed to create emotion, and it's creating emotion. I'm saying backstage, just trying to cover
I've
for
got
Al.
all the emotions right now in my body parts. Oh,
No.
this is the worst
no.
performance ever of all time.
May I give Mel guidance if Mel has to roll again?
If Mel has to roll
Absolutely.
again, then the word you might as well just hand out tomatoes.
I can druidcraft those too.
You can't druidcraft, just turn on them. Yeah, go with the cool kids, Niko. Forsake your friends. Forsake the bonds of fellowship. It is this day. You know?
Listen, if I can't have them laughing with me, at least I'll have them laughing at me. It'll be okay.
Niko,
Yes.
while you're backstage, some of the people back there are laughing at this because I mean it's ridiculous what's happening. And when everybody's kind of chaos back there trying to recover things, you hear from further back in the backstage area screaming. One of the stage props barrels away from its handlers, and monstrous shrieks come from its frothing beak. What used to be a comically posed owlbear painted on wood is transforming into a real and very enraged owlbear, and it is rampaging right towards you, Niko.
Entangle.
All right,
Aha.
I will let you get off that entangle, and the rest of you roll initiative. Tell me,
Does it look black or slick?
We'll get to that. What's
Okay.
the save on your entangle, Niko?
It is a 13 strength.
Perfect. All right. Niko, you turn and you see the roots and branches that just erupt out from the backstage area and start entangling this thing, and it just rips right through them, rumbling towards you from the backstage area. And yes, everybody roll initiative.
Real quick, are
Yes.
we at this point our level 2 characters?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You absolutely have leveled.
So
All the
Theo got a
power.
20 on the die for initiative for a total of 23.
Yay.
Natural 20. So it was 21, you say, total?
23.
Perfect.
Because
All right.
also Theo just picked up an ability with chronergy magic that gives him increased initiative, lets you use your intelligence instead of your dexterity.
Ooh. Mal.
Fancy.
Yeah, he's a timeline.
Hey, a timeline. Nice. That's what it just sounds like when you say timeline, for the record, Adam. I just want you to know that. That's what the rest of us hear all along.
That's
Timeline.
amazing.
Yeah.
Time lion.
Yep. Mal.
Mal is desperate to get off this stage, and so rolled really well in the initiative and got a 19.
You were already on your way off the stage, basically, and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to be over here. Great.
I'm just gonna grab my own hook and get me off the stage now.
True. Mage hand your own hook off. Hang on. Let me double check something here. Impa.
Impa is on Mal's heels with a 19. Just get me out of here.
You guys are kind of used to it now. You're like, nothing goes well here. All right. Impa's 19. Niko.
16.
16.
Ooh, y'all rolled
presumably,
real well.
presumably Mal's got the higher dexterity between Impa and Mal, I'd assume.
+3.
Yep.
For what?
Dex.
Higher dex.
Oh, yeah, you win.
That's technically you're going to act simultaneously, but we will declare beforehand. Luckily enough, your entangle seems to have slowed this thing down quite a bit, Niko. Even though it didn't stop it, it's giving your friends enough time to spring into action. Theo, you immediately see your sisters in danger. Like it registers completely. It's almost like time slows down as you see her hands come up, the entangle reach out and just get shattered. But it is your turn, Theo.
All right. So Theo is going to move forward and he doesn't want to do that. Okay, so is this all happening on the stage or off the stage?
So basically it's kind of the far end of the stage now. Like it's because it's coming out of the backstage area, but Niko's kind of standing at the edge of the stage. So it's essentially headed towards the stage, but Niko is between it and...
Is there anything that is hanging in the rafters up high that I think that I could undo with the spell that would fall to obstruct its path?
Oh, sure. There's the
sandbags.
Yeah. People don't realize a lot of times that the curtain itself weighs hundreds of pounds. I mean, yeah, anything you would reasonably expect to find in the rafters of a theater is up there. Yeah, 100%.
Am I in a place where I could try to cut ropes that would make curtains fall down in front of it?
Let me give you this. Give me investigation. Let's see if Theo can figure that out quickly.
That's fair.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, you think you probably like those 3 ropes that are kind of tied up right there. If you cut those, at least you'd have a good chance something was going to happen.
I take out that razor blade and I deftly cut the ropes, and basically from a mechanical means, what Theo is trying to do is trying to either make that difficult terrain for the owlbear to make it harder to move if it gets out of entangle, or somehow hinder it in some other way.
Perfect. Niko, give me a dex save with advantage.
Okay.
You're very quick.
And I also may be able to modify this if I need to because of... So it's a 14.
That will be enough.
Okay.
You very much hear swack, and you can see overhead something coming down. That you jump back is just rigging and ropes and bags start to fall on the owlbear. It is still kind of struggling forward, but it does seem like it's getting caught up in this stuff.
Okay.
Actually, Niko, give me perception.
Okay.
Heads up. Why do we always say heads up?
And I can add a student. So that's a dirty 20. So I don't think I need to add.
More than enough. You're 100% aware of the fact that your brother cut the ropes and made this happen. 100%. He's kind of behind you, but you put it together quickly.
Good call.
Thanks.
Anything else from Theo?
In the fight. He at that point in time, if he has any movement left, he moves away from everything going on.
Got it. Yeah, you have plenty of movement. Mal, again, this is now taking place right in front of you. You see the owlbear is covered in rigging and ropes, but very much struggling to get out as it's roaring and lashing around.
Okay, and I can see that it's got the black goo on it that we've been studying.
Give me investigation.
Okay, sure. Oh, that's an 8.
Hard to tell. There's a lot happening. I mean, it looks like an owlbear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mal is going to do the opposite of Theo and start to move towards it, drawing both of his short swords.
That sounds
And
about right.
and because he has finally learned some spell casting, you hear him under his breath in his best spell casting voice go, "I'm gonna mock you. I'm gonna mock you. Yeah, I'm gonna mock you. Here we go." As I'm casting Hunter's Mark on it. And I believe this thing is restrained, so I get advantage on my attack.
It's in difficult terrain. It is not restrained. But
Okay.
it's in difficult terrain.
Well, I can fly over that difficult terrain, and
You can.
so here we go. Short sword. Hey, there's a good roll. 24 to hit.
More
Nice.
than enough.
Perfect. So that's gonna be that plus, because I marked it, I get another D6.
You do.
Ooh.
You would know
that's-
where it went anywhere.
Yeah. That is 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna concentrate on that Hunter's Mark.
Mhm.
And I want to continue to circle over it because I know none of my friends want to get near it. So I'm keeping its gaze on me as I'm going, yeah, I marked you. Yeah, I did. Did you see that? And I'm looking at the crowd. Did you see that? That was cool, right? It was way better than the bloodiness, huh?
You see people are screaming and running in different directions, and almost nobody seems to be paying attention to what you're doing now, Mal. Now that the actual cool stuff is happening. Impa, this is technically simultaneous with Mal having jumped on it. What is Impa going to do?
Did Impa see the transformation, or does Impa understand that this was once a cutout and now is an owlbear?
Yeah, I would say if you comprehend that that's what's happened.
Okay, all right. Hey, do what they taught you in class. Act and don't retreat. Don't retreat into yourself. And all right, well, and she's going to run up and throw the props at the bear, the owlbear. And as she does that, out of her hands shoots a guiding bolt.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll it.
Go, go, go. And that is a whopping 10. We are doing great tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me just double check one thing real quick. Let me just see one thing. Yep. Okay. Unfortunately, that is not enough, Impa, as it streaks wide and just slams into the back. Unless there's anything you can do to bump it up.
Nope. But as Impa sees this, she's like, "Oh, all right, and that is why we don't do these things. All right." And she's gonna cast Shield of Faith on herself to kind of like just get out of dodge.
You see Rampart is rushing people out of the stage and turns and looks back at you, Impa, and says, "Are you all right? You've got this, right? I'll lead the evacuation."
Are you not going to help us?
I'm helping them. Would you like me to help you?
Yes.
What? Yes. Quite. And you see he reaches down and pulls out his ornate sword and kind of looks at it and looks at you and looks at it and looks at the owlbear, and he's like, yeah, yes, of course, the commander must lead from the front, and starts walking up towards the stage.
Chivalry is dead.
stomps upward, but very much immediately gets kind of tangled up in the ropes and thing and rigging, and it's like, no, it's going to be all right. Come, face me, beast.
It worked.
I was so excited to finally have like a melee buddy. You'll get here eventually. It'll be fine.
Niko, it is your turn. Again, the
Yes.
guiding bolt has flown errantly. Mal is flying above, and Rampart is attempting to get in to engage the owlbear.
Yeah, that guiding bolt seems like a pretty good idea, I think, actually. So I'm
Mhm.
going to go ahead and give that a try, too.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Because I get that through some correspondence I've been doing. I will cast it. Okay. Ooh, 24.
More than enough.
Okay. And so that will do 15 points of damage. And I
Perfect.
will leap forward and say, come on, let's do this thing, and pull out my quarterstaff.
You all see the owlbear starts to glow with this radiant energy, making it much easier to hit. You see, Rampart is moving towards it, and the owlbear looks up at you, Mal, and realizes you're out of range. And
I'm not out
pounces-
of range. I had to go into melee with it, so I'm just above it for flavor.
What is your AC?
Oh, it's a 14. It's a very strong 14.
Swings at you, but misses, actually. And then turns and looks at Rampart and jumps on them and buries its beak into the armor. You hear, and Rampart goes, oh no! Oh, as the owlbear is now all over them, scratching and clawing at them. But they're trying to remain reposed during all this. But that actually brings us back around to the top, Theo. The owlbear is glowing, actively engaged with Rampart. What is Theo going to do?
So Theo's on his back, owlbear on top, or Rampart on his back.
Rampart's actually big enough that the owlbear is not immediately knocking him over. Like, he's one of the few sentients that is actually bigger than the bear. But they're more kind of wrestling. Yeah.
So okay. Theo is going to just scream out. He's got a pretty booming voice when he wants to have one. And he's going to say, Rampart, make yourself small. And he starts to just simply weave some more. And he's like whispering words like where the root form of the word illusion came from, all these things. And going to cast silent image where Rampart is to look like Rampart. And I am able to move it. And I am going to attempt to move the silent image that looks like Rampart away from as many people as I can try to move it away. I'm trying to trick the owlbear into thinking that Rampart is there, or at least confuse it between which one of them to attack.
Perfect. You all see the silent image of Rampart appears and starts to run away, but it seems like the owlbear does not react to this.
And you see Theo trying harder. He's like, you see him like doing this with his hand, trying to like get the trunk right in the illusion. And Rampart is far more lively than he typically is in his illusory form.
Perfect. Anything else from Theo?
He continues to back further away.
Mal, you see the glowing owlbear is attacking Rampart, but a second Rampart is running away, which is weird, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know he could do that. Well, I still got glowing owlbear. Here we go. So my attack is at advantage because of the glowing. So yeah, 17 to hit.
That is enough. Also, if you can flank it theoretically with Rampart as well. So.
Oh, well, I'll do that for my second attack.
Mm-hmm.
So my first attack with the Hunter's Mark does, bad damage, 6.
Okay. You're being
and
careful
then
trying not to stay at Rampart.
This is true. This is very
Mhm.
true.
Mhm.
And so here comes my second attack. 16 to hit.
That also is enough.
Perfect. This is going to be slightly better damage. That's 10.
Perfect.
Both of those are piercing as I'm just wailing away from right above this owl bear with my short swords. I told you I marked you, and now you need to like stop being deadly. So, hey, let go of the elephant. No.
Impa, you see the same scene. The illusory rampart running away. The other rampart still here, very much locked in battle with the owlbear, with Mal on its back, stabbing away.
The illusory owlbear, or the illusory rampart running away, and the loser rampart still locked.
True. Important point of clarification. True.
I really
would you
want to
like-
make a let's keep the focus on Rampart Gang joke.
Hey, listen, he's giving me flanking now, so I'm not gonna. I ain't making fun of him.
What, Impa, what would you like to do?
Is it my turn? Oh,
Yeah, yes.
It is my turn. Okay. Impa's just gonna. No, Rampart. This is my fault. Calm. And I'm going to cast Command on the owl bear. So it's a DC Wisdom 12.
You see the owlbear just kind of lets go of Rampart and just kind of like steps back a little bit. And he's like, whoa, that's impressive. Very well done. Anything else from Impa?
Are you all right?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
have to say, I was expecting something a little bit better. But, cheerio to you.
Mal, if you would just, could you just a little to your left, just right behind it here?
Oh yeah, sure. Whatever you need.
And you see Rampart. This poor kid.
Oh no.
Picks up the sword and is like, and misses the owlbear completely.
Oh,
Bang,
no.
just like down to the floor. It's like, equilibrium is off. No, it's all will be well. All will be well. Niko, it is your turn now.
So I oh my goodness.
Poor guy.
I gave him so many logical bonuses, and I still got a 4 and a 6.
Oh.
Just like the little bro.
Someone's very good at chess
I'm
and
a
maybe
tech-
should go back to like fencing club a little bit more.
A tactician, not
Mhm.
necessarily the one that carries out the tactics.
It's a really important job. I'm really proud of you.
I was getting a different idea when you wear all the armor. I thought you'd be,
It's protective, apparently.
Excuse me, I'm still
It's necessary.
fighting bravely. I think that's important to make note of. But yes, Niko, it is your
So
turn.
Niko springs forward, and her shillelagh is suddenly sheathed in moonlight as the vines that surround it begin to glow, and I will attack.
Absolutely.
I want to knock it out. I don't want to kill it,
Yep.
but I would like to knock this thing out so we can deal with it. 18.
More than enough.
That is 9 points of damage.
As you crack the stick over the head of this thing and the thorns bite into it, and it hits the ground. And when it does, it immediately turns back into a wooden cutout.
I will use Druidcraft to pull vines out and wrap it up just in case.
As the vines come up, you see Rampart says, "Yes, I'll show you all that I can fight too," and finally rolls a natural 20 and slams the sword down, like cutting the cutout in two and biting like deep into the floor of the backstage area. It's like boom.
Awesome, dude.
Mal is gonna make a huge deal out of this because he sees what's going on. He's like, Ah, you're amazing. Look at that. Look, you
You were amazing. Did you see the way that you were all you were like
no, like Niko with the thing, and then you came up, and then you had like the giant sword, and like the way that you fainted before you brought the sword down to like decapitate
Tactics.
It was
tactics.
all the tactics. That was
tactics
yeah,
in play.
Impa, you see, that was all part of the plan. That's to lull it into a false sense of security.
You're bleeding profusely.
You see that Theo is behind, like pantomiming everything that he's doing with the illusion in order to get more practice in. So he's just like being very quiet, but he's like moving the illusion to mock him.
Impa, if it wasn't for him taking that hit from that owlbear, that thing would have come after me. So hey, thanks for doing that. We should find you someone who could fix that.
Mal, Niko, you're close to it as well, and you both had already said you were keeping an eye out for this, and yes, it is absolutely coated in that black liquid.
I'm gonna take a claw, scoop up some. I'm gonna look over at Theo and go, pull up my
Theo?
robe.
Wouldn't touch that if I were you.
Theo, while you're still at the back of the room, out of the shadows next to you, you hear a voice say, "Well, it seems that you
goodness
have
gracious
everything
me!
at hand."
Where did you come from?
And a woman just steps out of the darkness. Again, it's the corner of the room. Like there's nowhere for her to hide. She's just there. She's got pale skin and black hair and is wearing a professor's robe. And she says, "We're never that far away, although I apologize that I wasn't here soon enough to put an end to this, whatever it is."
I am coming
name?
to expect a great deal of uncertainty and a lack of safety here on the campus. It seems like true adults are nowhere to be found anytime something horrifically dangerous occurs.
She just sort of looks at you, and she looks over towards the stage, and she says, "Well, it looks like those adults have things well at hand." And she takes a step back into the shadows, and then you all on stage, she just comes out from behind the curtain and just walks over and just looks down. It's like, oh, dear boy, and reaches in and pulls out a potion and hands it to Rampart. And they immediately like, I don't suppose any of you know a mending cantrip.
I can help. I learned that one.
Oh, yes, please. I would love it.
The
if you would just go up.
illusory Rampart walks over to the professor and holds its hand out.
You see, she turns and looks right at it, and then turns and looks right at you, and just kind of goes. You notice they very much are trembling when you put your hand on their armor to mend it, though. And they're like,
"Oh, I'm sorry. Are you cold?"
No, just a bit of shock, I suppose. The adrenaline afterwards. This is my first real battle. I practice a great deal, but beast was quite fearsome.
Between all the bumbling things that you did, you were actually quite brave.
I would say the same to you.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, it takes one to know one.
Right, yes,
So,
Loxodon unite, right? Yeah. It's like a Trump bomb. Yeah, right. Boom, boom. Yeah, exactly.
Who are you? Talking to the professor.
Professor Joheen Totsky, Professor of Shadows, Silverquill.
Hey, listen, that was a really neat trick you did. I thought I was stealthy, but that was really nice. I should learn how to do that. Also, and I'll look over at Niko as I've still got some of the black stuff on my claw, and I've pulled up my my robes to show the markings on my armor. And I'm just gonna third swipe. I'm gonna be like, we got more to show Theo for his experiments. Another one of these.
We do, but Professor, do you know anything about this ichor that's on here? This is.
Oh, is.
I thought we were supposed to project on stage, Theo.
Is something like this happened to you before?
Yeah, twice more. Look, see? Most of it's gone because we like took an etching. No, wait, not took an etching.
No,
Took
no,
a,
no. I'm sorry. You said you don't know about the other times that this has happened. I mean, I think word around the campus should spread like this. And when something like an attack happens, I mean, I would think that you'd know
Particularly
it.
during initiation, other professors were there. I thought they
Yes,
just would have
absolutely.
mentioned it at the staff
I
meeting
mean,
or
how
something.
many attacks happen at this school that you just learn to not mention them and actually don't know about it?
Apparently lied.
Children,
young adult.
you must understand, this is a school of magic. Oftentimes, all manner of experimentation takes place that might get a little out of hand. We don't make too big of a deal out of it. And you see, she does turn and lean down and look at it, and she says, she points at you, Mal, and she's like, these are previous samples?
Yeah,
to be-
see, I got 3 of them.
Do you all tell her about the trunk, the frogs? You tell her all this?
Tell her about the trunk. The frogs was something we weren't supposed to be doing, right?
Theoretically, you were not supposed to be racing the frogs.
Tell her about the
theoretically.
trunk.
Yeah. You see, she listens and she looks at you, Mel, and she's like, so you have an odd material that animates inanimate objects for a short time, and your solution was to rub this on yourself on purpose?
Well, we didn't know it did the animated thing until after we had done the second bit. And also, like, at this point, it's already done its job. It's probably not going to animate it again. And if I'm wrong, that I'm already wearing the armor, it'll be pretty easy for me to stab myself, right?
You see,
It seemed an accurate calculation.
she sort of holds her hand out towards you and she says, may I?
It depends on what you may I.
That is an important point of clarification. No, I wish to touch the substances.
Oh, yeah, sure, go for it. I've already touched them all.
You see, she puts her hand, 2 of her fingers on the previous streaks, and she reaches down and she touches the 3rd one. And she says, oh. It seems like someone has done something that has affected the Eldritch Balm. It's a material that we use to treat furniture and items here. It's manufactured nearby.
I mean,
perhaps I could impart upon you all to perform a small service for us.
What, us?
Sure.
I mean, clearly,
how much you paying?
Clearly, well, is not knowledge and adventure its own reward?
Yes, but also how much you paying?
Knowledge is.
Adventure is.
Also, reward is.
She
Got it all covered.
She reaches in her bag and she pulls out a beautiful silver cloak. And she says, well, you can decide amongst yourselves who will receive this, but this would be a not insignificant token of appreciation.
Not interested.
I don't think it'll fit me.
I
don't know. Look, like it might look good on you. I mean, it won't be one of those like half cloaks
like a shoulder. Yes, it do.
Yeah.
Yes, it would look quite smart on you, actually.
I could use it as a scarf.
Well, I mean, is it just fashion? Is it just like cool fashion, or is it something cool?
It will protect you.
I mean, that's what the armor's for. So if someone else wants it,
protection comes in many forms, but yes, decide amongst yourselves. And she does just hold it out to whoever's going to take it out of her hand.
All right, let's look at this logically now. There's only one reward, so only one of us should go. Theo, you probably need the protection the most.
I don't even
agree.
fight. I don't even have offensive spells in my spell book.
It's dear. Come find me after, lad. I will teach you at least the basics of self-defense. But
I care not to know them.
I mean, if we're gonna keep running into owlbears who are not owlbears and mimics who are not mimics,
Doesn't matter whether or not you want to fight. If somebody else does.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you all. It's Eldritch Balm is manufactured nearby in Sedgemoor. There is a spring where they draw up the water. I'm sure if you just go there and pour this into it, and she takes out a vial that is glowing like white light, like it's got moonlight inside the vial. She's like, pour this in it. I'm sure it will be fine. It is probably just a misunderstanding. On occasion, people do go out there and practice forbidden magics. They don't know any better, and things happen. It's fine. I'm sure this will sort it right out.
What
I
is it?
know who should go.
It's
Rampart.
holy water. Rampart. Well, the dragon chess tournament is tomorrow morning. I'm the captain of the team. But if you are asking me,
Behind
to-
the illusion
Yeah.
is like just making fun of him and like he's like really scared.
Theo.
But if you are asking me as to pledge my sword to you, Impa, then I of course would. I suppose I would have to go to
Well, listen, like if you're
So
gonna pledge,
Sedgemoor.
if you're gonna
Oh,
pledge
no,
a
go ahead.
sword, yeah, if you're gonna pledge a sword, that means she's coming, which means we're all going. So we might as well all go, right?
I like that. That logic is far better. Yes, absolutely.
So
We
could
could
you
all
please-
go to Sedgemoor.
The coordinates of Sedgemoor, perhaps?
Oh yes, it's just out. It's on the edge of Witherbloom College, and it is a place you all would have heard of. You would know it's there. It's just a swamp that is basically right on the edge of the Witherbloom College lands. It's not unheard of to go there. A lot of times people go there for spell components and things of the like. But
Please
it's
let
like
all
a
of the
marsh.
chaos that is
Mhm.
currently in the queue happen all at one time for Rampart. Please let that
Just
happen.
all on Rampart?
No. Oh
So-
no.
It's,
Oh,
all,
poor
it's all
guy.
perfect.
So
Poor guy.
hand to God. At one point when I put my book down on the keyboard, I did something and scrambled the entire interface. So I can't see any of that. Let me read it over
Okay,
here
so
real quick.
I'm just
No, I'll read it over here.
I'll tell you super fast because basically
Oh,
you
I
have-
haven't even been able to see these. Jeez. Okay. All right.
Yeah. There are 3 that are in the queue, and it's basically all like
Yeah.
the
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. You know what, Theo? You know what? You tell me what happens to Theo while
Excellent.
everybody's trying to push you to go out here into Sedgemoor Swamp.
So as that is happening, you see that there is the illusion of Rampart still, and see that something similar is already happening to Rampart. Apparently, because it was literally the exact same roll. And so Theo centers a fog cloud on his illusion, and then he starts to just try to like slink away like, as slowly as he can. And he's basically just trying to leave the situation until and if no one notices him, he is going back to the room right now.
How large is
Can we-
this fog cloud?
Yeah, can we do-
Niko. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Everybody give me perception. Niko, you can give me perception with advantage.
Okay.
I will say I'm not looking for
And
Theo.
you can
I'm
add,
looking
we
for
can add
someone
student
else.
dice to this if we want to, by the way.
You can. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I got
You
12.
can. You can.
Oh wait, no, sorry, Insight and Arcana were that from the thing, but
Mhm.
16.
I am actually going to add my insight dice onto this
Okay.
anyway, or my perception, which comes from one of my extracurriculars. It's the 16 for me.
Theo, give me stealth.
Oh yeah, this is going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Does
I'm a-
this? Sorry.
I'm dropping another map in our other chat where I can easily drop pictures. But yes, go ahead. Does this what? Sorry.
I was wondering if this fog cloud encompasses all of us, including this teacher who's trying to give us some holy water.
Considering there's 2 fog clouds, it basically fills up this whole place. Yeah, like the entire road.
But then there's
stage is
also
just-
grease. There's
Yeah.
also grease going.
Yeah, and there's also grease. Yes,
I-
also
And-
true.
The illusion makes
Theo's
it look
greased
like the
himself.
grease is going
Yeah.
out of his pants.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not Theo. It's Rampart.
Mm-hmm.
It's him, not me.
Yes,
And
Mal.
he says that loudly and as he's trying to sneak away.
Yeah, Mal wants to do two things. Just
Mhm.
before this all goes off, he wanted to insight this teacher
Sure.
because that seemed a little odd. That here, I don't even care really what's going on. Just pour this holy water in there and be done.
Mhm.
And so I will. Oh wow, I would add dice to that, but I rolled a natural 1, so it's a 6.
No, you're 100%. This woman's trying to poison everybody, Mal.
Okay,
Yeah,
well
like
then that
clearly, like why wouldn't like clearly she is behind all of this? Why else is she trying to send you out there?
I love this so much because the other thing I was going to do is I was going to try to
Right.
stealth and pick her pockets because I want to know what else she's got on her.
Okay, you can give me sleight of hand.
Okay. That's a 16.
She doesn't seem to notice. As you sort of like you fumble around in her robes, she's got a surprisingly high number of these healing potions. Apparently, that's just a thing. Like all of the professors are just strapped constantly because kids are always blowing their fingers off with fireballs.
Okay.
She's got a couple of coins, but not many. She's got a key ring.
I want that key ring.
Okay, you absolutely steal her keys.
Oh, awesome.
I'll just make a note of that for later. How many keys are on this key ring?
All
4.
All right. And I'm sorry, what was the name of this teacher again?
Her name is, sorry, as I've clicked away from that page.
Her name is Joheen Totsky, and she's from Silver Quill.
Yep. She's a Silver Quill Professor of Shadow. Joheen Totsky. I will put that here in this chat. Like I said, I have no idea what I did, and I've tried everything to get it back, and I can't. So I'm just like, it's like
All right.
it's basically like this window is zoomed in to just one square of it, but like no other tab is. Only this one is like it's honestly it's me and Hope. That's what I can see. Yeah, so I'm like,
That's all you
right.
need.
Yeah, here we
That's
go.
really all you
That's
need. Yeah.
That's really all we need here. You know, I mean, I got all of you over here, but there's no smooth way to be like, what? Yeah. So
it's like walk away like George Michael.
Exactly. Yeah. So, did anybody take the holy water from her before the grease and fog cloud came rolling in?
Yeah, Impa grabbed it with her trunk.
Okay.
Yes, Niko, you were gonna say something?
No, that's fine.
Yeah. You see, as all of this goes off, she's just like, I assure you, if you go to Sedgemoor to the spring, it will all be fine. It's nothing.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Did someone get the shiny cloak before we go?
I mean, she was just holding it out.
Sure.
Presumably someone took it out of her
Sure,
hand.
I'll take it for now, and then we can decide later if we want to
It
change.
is a cloak of protection.
Awesome.
Ooh, nice. All right. Someone grab Theo, and let's get on with getting on because I got parties to get to.
Yeah, there's no sign of Theo actually. It's weird.
Theo.
Rampart looks over at you, Impa, as they're very much just trying to like find you in the fog and not slip and fall on the grease. And they're like, I would be happy to accompany you if you wish, Impa.
I mean, I know you have a very important dragon chest tournament tomorrow. But
I assure you, I can make time for you.
right, for us, yes, absolutely. Well,
for us. Oh, okay.
Alfred really would like it if you came along.
And you see this very awkward teenage Loxodon trying to like ease their way through the grate, to get off the stage. When you all finally make it outside, what would you like to do?
As soon as we are out of what I think is eye shot and earshot of this professor. I'm gonna turn to my friends and say, okay, listen, I don't trust her as far as I can throw her, and I'm pretty sure I can't throw her very far. So here's the thing. We gotta find Theo because I don't know what she gave you. I don't know what the little vial is, but I'm pretty sure that's poison. She's trying to kill everybody. We need to figure out what that thing is. I think she's the person who's behind everything. This is like one of those awesome books that you get like in the stores that are just like the crime mystery novels, and we've just figured this whole thing out. It's great. We're gonna save all of this place, and we're gonna be heroes.
Great.
Wow.
Why'd she do it?
Oh, I have no idea, but I could tell by the look on her face.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, you just get a second sense for this kind of thing. Well, you know, you spend a lot of time in a really dangerous place, and you can just tell those people who just want to do bad things for bad reasons. Like, she came out of the shadows. Like, I know I can do that, but, you know, I tell people.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, but first we got to find Theo so that he can do the thingy where he figures out what is in that vial, because that is not holy water. That's like the most deadly poison of poisons.
Oh.
Mhm.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
This is scary. All right. Theo. We need Theo.
If
I
I know
mean,
Theo, he went to the library.
Yeah, probably. Or back to the room, but I trust your instincts about that better because you know him.
He's probably in the library.
Are you all going to wait for Rampart, or are you going to go without them?
Oh, did he not come with?
I mean, was it your intent to say that in front of Rampart?
Yeah, I just didn't want to say it
Okay,
in front
right.
of the professor that I'm
not in front of the
accusing of
professor.
murdering the entire school.
Right.
Yeah.
Not in front of
What
the accused.
school does
Yeah.
Rampart belong to?
Rampart
college?
is a fellow first year, so they have not
Oh,
chosen
okay.
a school yet.
Rampart doesn't have a school yet. Cool.
Yep. Although, Impa, over these months, is it fair to say that you might have spent at least a little bit of time with Rampart?
Yeah, sure.
You know, they intend to join Lorehold, but their first year like you.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really are serious about this military historian tactician thing. That's why, like, the whole reason why they wear the armor all the time is they want everybody to get accustomed to viewing them as a superior officer. Yeah, like that's their thing. That's like, just like you kind of like history as it pertains to the dead. They like military history. That's why they're so into chess. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What a nerd.
Yeah, no, they're adorable though. So
them.
do you all go to the library, or do you go back to the room first?
Nah, I mean, if Niko thinks he's at the library, then let's go to the library. Like, you know, I trust her.
He is not at the library.
Okay, but you know what? He had a head start. Maybe he was here first. So the room?
I listen closely for the sound of kazoo music.
Sad
I
kazoo.
feel like Theo might be under a tree somewhere trying to figure out the kazoo.
Oh no.
Just practicing. Why
Theo
why
doesn't
didn't
have
it work?
time for such frivolity.
Important. So Theo, do you just go back to the room, or do you do anything to like attempt to like hide or obfuscate, like, or do you just nope out?
So I do go back to the room, but then I am still I use what I guess would be is that my last spell slot? Yes, my last spell slot. No, I've got 3. So I'm going to use another spell slot. When I hear them rustling at the door, I am going to do another silent image. So I can do this 15 feet across. And I'm basically wanting to put up a screen in front of where I am huddled over my desk. And I'm trying to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah, because Mal does not know anything about what's in this room.
Well, I'm recreating the image of like,
Of
what
the
would
room.
be there.
Yeah, right. What would be there? All of you give me wisdom saves.
Oh, God.
Your spell DC is 13, Theo?
It's 13, yeah.
Yeah, wisdom saves.
That's a 9.
That's a 5. Wow,
Niko?
Mal.
7.
Rampart got a 9.
How
Is
is this?
They're all just standing there, Theo. Like,
All right, I look over at Impa and I say, "Oh, you know, if he's not in one of these places, then we're gonna have to find somebody else to identify that thing that you got because I do not trust that that's going in any water around here. Like that thing, that's
learned it.
poison."
I learned how to identify.
Oh,
Look
well
at
then
my
why will
glasses.
we?
And
Why
then
will
it's at this point in
Niko
time you
goes
just
to
hear a
sit down because
like a really loud sneeze. Oh.
You see,
Theo.
Rampart turns and puts his hand on their sword and says, "The beast just followed us back to your room."
And then you just see everything start to melt away in the illusion, and Theo is dejected, just sitting there. It's like, why are you bothering me?
Well, apparently I was all wrong, and Impa can do the thing that I thought you could do. So why don't you go back to being hidden behind a fake curtain? I can't believe I didn't notice that. Yeah.
Practice your kazoo. You are lacking the fundamentals.
All right. Well, I can do the identify, but I'm afraid I'm just all tapped out tonight. You know.
Oh, yes,
I'm almost tapped out as well. But listen, here's the thing. I think that you're all walking into terrible, horrible danger. You probably will all die.
Yes.
You
Yep.
might,
Yes.
even worse, you might even get expelled.
Yeah.
So I probably need to go along just to make sure that none
Yep.
of that happens.
Impa, identify can be cast as a ritual. So if you take the time, you can do it without using a spell slot.
I mean, I'm all tapped out. I could not possibly do it. I believe that Theo is the only one.
Only
who can-
Theo. Yes,
yes,
we
need Theo.
We need someone of Leonin's wisdom
I
and
know
insight
that I
and
am
magical
essential to
capacity.
the
One who has
success.
studied in the books.
Yes.
I am the timeline, so I am willing to
A
go
weird
along to
way
make
to
sure.
refer to yourself, but okay, timeline.
Timeline. I will make sure that everyone
Lion?
knows Theo.
Time Lion.
Time Lion.
Timeline.
I'm lying.
I mean, it's a nickname. It's what I've heard people
That's-
call me.
Really?
It's
I've never
not
heard anybody call you that before, but I
now
like it.
At
will be
least
sure.
two
Yes.
people call me.
Theo
that.
the Time
I'm
Lion.
Theo the Time
You
Lion.
got it.
That's right.
Three.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Listen,
If-
Theo.
I feel like you're making fun of me, but I don't
What?
feel
No,
any kind
never.
of shame.
Rampart does put a hand on your shoulder and say, no, you've got this. And you do feel a charge of inspiration go through you.
Yeah, bards.
Very well. I will keep you all from getting expelled, but let's go before I lose my nerve.
Well, okay,
Or
no,
your
Theo,
scholarship.
listen, we think you're absolutely right. I think that teacher is like a mass horrible person doing horrible things and is responsible for everything. And we don't know what's in that vial, but I'm pretty sure it's like the worst poison ever of all time. So that's why we need you to do the identify. We don't want to go to the thing. We want to have like evidence to show to who are the people that we show, like the authorities, like the
headmaster?
Oh, well, this is
Yeah.
going to take like 10, 11 minutes, something like that. So
Okay, I got
everybody,
snacks.
Yeah, you handle the snacks. I'll handle the vial here.
I start passing out a variety of the most unhealthy snacks that you can find in the commissary that I have purchased legally, sure.
Coffee.
Right.
Well, and we also have coffee, yeah.
Coffee.
Theo,
Coffee.
while you're doing this, Rampart just sort of kind of like sits there awkwardly looking at Impa every once in a while, and then is like, anyone have a dragon chess set around here or something we could use to pass the time? Or I could regale you with
those
another
juvenile games.
with a kazoo solo. I held on to it if you'd like. This is one from our homeland. It is called Beautiful Dreamer. And then I rolled a 4. So
Can I
will
help
let
him?
that you all think what an awkward teenage Loxodon playing the kazoo poorly sounds like.
Unironically.
We don't know how
That's
to-
that's a song there,
It's true.
friend.
However, Theo, the identify spell resolves, and it's holy water. It is designed to purify corruption. It's
All right,
exactly
my
what she said it was.
expert's opinion is
How deadly
this
is
is
it?
holy water, and it is intended to purify corruption.
So why did we think that she's the most evil of evil?
Mal
folk?
jumps to conclusions
Mal.
all the time. I live with him.
just trying
It
to get
happens all the time.
Clarification on why we thought she was so evil.
Because I thought she was like, did you not see the look on her face? She looked super shifty, like the most shifty. I've seen people
She
who
does
are
the
grifters.
shadow thing.
Shifting
She
occurred.
teaches shadow. Shadow is look. Not all things that seem shady, sometimes literally, are bad.
Oh no, that I agree with you. But like, she looked super. I've seen people when they're trying to pull one over on me before, and she had that look on her face. She had that look, but okay. Like if it's maybe there's something else going on.
You know what
Maybe
this means, though. You know that she was telling the truth, and that we should try to finish this mission and quickly before more of that Ika comes back.
So Witherbloom, we got to go to Witherbloom, right? To go to the place to purify the spring.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, you would
Sedgemoor,
all
yeah.
you would all know at least where Sedgemoor is. You may not necessarily you haven't necessarily been there, but you would be aware of its location.
all right.
So these are the coordinates, the precise coordinates of where we need to go. These are our odds of success. Those numbers are
Our odds increase
very good.
dramatically if
look,
we
if
were
you look at
fully
numbers
rested.
for high values of those numbers,
Yes.
our odds are very good.
Again, if we were to get a bit of rest first, I bet we all be able to perform much better.
Rest is great. Yeah, rest.
I am a fan of a very long rest.
Naps, sleep, snacks.
Why does everybody always want to eat? You're going to gain weight. It's our first year.
This
Happens
is why.
all the time.
Listen, some
Because
of
we're
us haven't had
growing?
enough. Yeah, some of us haven't had a lot to eat, and so we just like having stuff to eat.
Some of us had cheer practice this afternoon.
Some of us just have a significant constitution to maintain, and Rampart just kind of slaps the armor.
Also, food is delicious.
Yeah, there's that too. Okay, like, are you sure you want to sit on this? I mean, I'm still a little nervous about what's going on with this, and if you say that it's not poison and that it's holy water, then you're right, and she wasn't trying to betray us, and so we should probably go take care of this.
She may still be betraying us, but it's just not poison.
Okay,
So
well,
the betrayal may come at a later stage in this
Look,
process.
Theo, worst case scenario, we're going to be at Witherbloom, right? There have to be teachers or at least students around there, right?
We go
Who can help?
places all the time on this campus, and there is no one responsible
And we've
anywhere
completed
near us.
every time we've been fine.
Oh.
Look at us. We've
Yeah, and
almost
Except for
finished
the
our
mental
first year.
scars.
You are fascinating students. Yes. What say we just all agree to take a little rest? We will meet at sunrise. We will go and tend to this matter and be back in time for the Dragon Chess Tournament.
Sounds great.
well, all right, if y'all want to wait, but I'm kind of itching to go do something now.
It's from what I
Niko kind of glances outside.
It is still fairly early in the day. You could get there before it got too totally dark if you were to go ahead and go. It's just some of your associates may have already exerted a good amount of their eldritch power.
Oh, that's not what I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, tomorrow sounds great.
Wonderful. Should we meet right outside here at dawn? Oh, just before dawn, so we can sneak under the cover of night and get there at dawn.
I mean, if you think we got to sneak, I'm happy to help you with sneaking.
Early to bed, early to rise makes someone pretty upset most of the time. And so I'm not sure if that's the best idea.
Sleeping in is...
but we'll have the tactical advantage if we go early. Just look at your own calculations, and you see Rampart does start to explain your calculations and probabilities in a way that very much makes sense. That your chances go up dramatically.
All right,
if you go at dawn.
Please tell me the odds, like all the time.
High, very high. Yes, Impa.
Yeah.
Just one thing. Would you mind terribly if I didn't wear my dress armor into the bog? I can see a number of potential mishaps.
Why are you asking me?
Swamp crush.
Well, I would just like to make sure I'm maintaining the proper decorum for all Loxodons, not just you that I'm trying to impress. I just want to make sure that I look good for our people.
Right. Well, I suppose that actually, if you didn't wear your armor when we're going into the cover and the fog, that no one would see you. So you could be despicable, and no one would know.
I don't know if you're agreeing with me or not.
Yes.
This is all quite confusing. I mean, they stand up and they're like, I'll see you all at dawn. Just
See you then.
before.
At
And-
dawn. All right, fine.
They very much go stomping out, although
I
they
didn't
attempt to
think
stomp
we would
slightly less.
ever get rid of him.
Oh, I like him. But his crush is super cute. Like
Them,
Impa.
they're awesome.
What
Them.
did he
Oh, yeah.
crush?
Oh,
Not
can't
me.
you tell they
Crushes all
super
sorts of things. Have
they
you
super
seen
like
them
you.
walk?
What?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll go to the dance together.
Oh, and like Impa's blushing.
I don't know what dance, but I'm sure there will be one because that's what we do in school, like a party or a dance or a dragon
Oh,
chess tournament.
heavens no.
Can you dance while you're playing dragon chess? I've never done either.
I suppose you could try.
What if you turned a dragon chessboard into a dance floor?
Can you do that?
Oh, that sounds highly impractical. They're very small.
But then you're dancing on chess, and then you could do both at the same time. And it sounds
What
like
if you
they
get one
want to
of the
do that
third
with
year
you.
students to enlarge reduce, just shrink you down? Then you're also very small.
You know what? I'm quite done with this. I think I'm going to go to bed.
All right. Didn't mean to embarrass you,
If
but
we
I think you
really
should
are
think.
leaving at the crack of dawn, then we all should be going to bed.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, I'm a night owl. Nah.
Small chuckle out of me.
Does
You've
your-
heard
You
that joke
say
like
that?
12 times.
You
You've
say
heard that joke like 1,200 times. All right, Impa. I'm just saying they were trying to impress you the whole fight. I could tell. I could totally tell.
Hope's laugh is too much. Good Lord. Like, talk about infectious. Wow.
It's so bad it's good.
Mhm.
So bad it's good. Do you all do anything else besides sleep?
I'm gonna be honest. There's a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mal thinks about picking Impa's pocket and grabbing that holy water. And then at the very last minute, he thinks about how Rampart wants to impress Impa and how this is a chance and where they can, and so he won't. But there's like if you see Mal and we've hung out long enough, he's got that look in his eyes of like, I could just take it and go do this, but nah.
Impa is going to use her connection. She's got like this like connection of spirits, you know, from one to the other, like a telephone like line, just like paper cups,
Party
with
line.
strings, a party line. and she's gonna kind of
A departed line.
it departed.
Oh, that's good.
You were
Yes.
right. You were
She's
right.
just gonna do a little research to see if there's anything she could know about Sedgemoor that she doesn't already know that could give her a leg up on this new adventure.
Departed line, jeez. You can give me nature with advantage because Impa seems like the type of person that has been asking 1,000 questions over the time that you've been here. So go give me nature with advantage.
That is a 17.
You know Sedgemoor is the bayou area that I cannot word now. Sedgemoor is the bayou area that encompasses the Witherbloom campus, is known for a range of swamp creatures, bats, crocodilian monsters, zombified animals, lumbering beasts called brackish trudges, and canine creatures called groffs. Sedgemoor is an excellent place to find pest mascots, herbs, spider silk, fungi, and other ingredients for potions and spells. And again, students routinely go out there, sent on missions to find things, recover things, and there have been stories of people performing forbidden types of magic out there.
Very good.
Love that chicken at Sedgemoor.
Impa will sleep well knowing that this seems like a routine mission.
One real quick question. Is all of Strixhaven considered like a city, or are enough of these its own disparate areas that like it would not be considered inside of a city?
For what end?
So my
it
background
it seems like there's a power you're trying to figure out if it applies.
Yeah, so my
background
is I'm an urchin, which means I've got city secrets. I know the patterns of cities.
Mm-hmm.
I know passageways to get from one place to another. I'm basically used to getting around places incredibly quickly.
I'd say that would apply. That you pretty much know like the way that like the custodial staff would go, things like that. You know, kind of slip around largely undetected or more likely to be undetected. I would say you would know those things.
So yeah, I would like to just basically think about my knowledge of the travel between here and getting to where we need to go, and like the most efficient and quietest route.
Perfect. All right. When you presumably everybody meets back in the morning. All right. As you gather up, you see instead of wearing what normally is like the ceremonial plate mail that Rampart usually wears, now it is like very impractically luxurious chainmail. But it is sort of like a modeled, like darker color. They still very much stomp, but less. You know, instead of weighing about 1,500 pounds, they're maybe weighing around 1,350 right now.
Wow, you really dressed down today. I mean, you said you were going to, but I mean, you really.
This is a stealth mission.
Right.
And they pull out like almost like a beanie and pull their ears back. You notice like all their jewelry and stuff is off, and the golden caps they usually have on their tusk have been replaced with like silvered caps. Yeah.
I will, since we are trying to do a stealth mission on this, I will do I have hostility? No, I have Longstrider. Never mind. Scratch that.
Perfect. Other than that, you guys head out. As you get out into Sedgemoor, it is pretty easy to locate. Again, you know exactly where it is. And your expedition has brought you to one of the more dismal parts of Sedgemoor, the bayou that encompasses the Witherbloom campus. Muddy swamp water flows between raised islets covered with fungi and foliage. Large tree stumps jut out of the water in random places. A pair of rickety wooden docks and 2 wooden huts are the only indication that people ever come here. And you are aware of where the spring should be located. On the map I gave you, it should be S7 is the location of where the spring comes up. Which again, everybody comes here to take the waters out of the magical waters out of the spring to make the Eldritch Balm. So it's fairly common.
Oh, I would like to mention, you know, I don't like to toot my own horn or anything, but
because we've
I can hold my breath for a very long time. So if there's any reason to go in the water, I could use my skill.
Well, I think going under the water is a good idea, because have you seen this water? It's perfect. And Mal is going
Didn't we find out that the water's corrupted, though?
I will walk back to the dorm right now.
Mal won't go under the water, but Mal will go find some mud and
Mhm.
is going to muddy up a little bit so that
Mhm.
his white feathers, because he's a white and red owl, his white feathers are a little less noticeable, and he's gonna go into stealth mode.
Ooh, perfect. Perfect. All of you give me survival checks to see how well you navigate through here.
10.
14.
18.
18, 16. All right, I just needed the average. Let's see how well Rampart does. Rampart also does a 16, just kind of walking, putting every foot behind yours when you walk, Impa. But every time like a branch snaps or there's a sound from a tree, Rampart's like, as you all make your way through. It is slow going. It's kind of awful. Mal, give me perception with advantage.
Sure. Oh, thank the lady for advantage. 22.
Mal, thanks to your scouting, both on the ground and occasionally overhead, you help them avoid all manner of catastrophe here. There's nests of poisonous snakes. There's quicksand. There's the aforementioned crocodiles. There's 2 very large wargs, wolves almost the size of dogs, that are wandering around that you manage to evade and shake and kind of swing wide of until you all arrive at the island that you're after.
I am
And-
carefully observing all of the different animals in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And but I can't imagine why, right? That
Mm.
you're all
Aye.
like, yeah, you're like, that's legs, okay, right. Got
I
it.
am wondering why we are even out here with all of these animals. I thought this was some other place on the campus within the
It
confines
is. This
of
is
Strixhaven.
Witherbloom.
Uh,
Some people like being outside, Theo.
They don't like to be eaten
I'm
or
sorry.
poisoned or
Timeline.
drown in quicksand.
Theo.
Theo, it's all right. It's all right. There are plenty of dead people here who say it's perfectly fine.
Also, Theo, might I suggest you keep your voice a little low because you see that big giant crocodile over there? The reason I brought you this way was so that we didn't have to go through its mouth. So bring it down like a notch.
The moment Mal points that out, there's probably a 15-foot crocodile that you swear winks at you before it just descends into the water silently.
What is the most intelligent animal around?
You did not lay eyes on the warg, although presumably Mal would have told you they were around. Probably the wargs. Otherwise, it is mostly things you'd expect to find in a swamp. But it's a magical swamp, so
I'm going to, as a ritual, I'm going to speak with animals.
perfect. What kind of creature would you like to talk to? Like, there's snakes, crocodiles, there's birds, all sorts of things.
We can start with the birds,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, because they might have seen someone messing with the spring.
You see there is a crow that turns and looks at you and is like, hello.
How you doing?
You
I like
speak
your
crow.
feathers. I do.
Thank you. And
Not all the time. Sometimes for short bursts, but for the little while, let's talk about things.
I work very hard to keep them clean. What's up with that one? There's mud all in their feathers. They won't be able to fly anywhere like that. Make it. Ugh.
It's a look. They're going for a look. So, how long have you lived here?
My whole life.
Nice. Do you see a lot of people around? A lot of
Do you have any
humanoids?
crackers?
I might actually. And I dig through my bag. I pull out some rations.
Yeah,
Thanks.
crackery
I have
ration.
I have the bag of chips from the canteen.
You do.
I do.
It immediately flutters down, but lands right out of arm's reach of Theo, and it says, "If that cat thinks it's gonna eat me, I'm faster than I look."
Theo, leave our friend here alone. I didn't ask your name. I'm sorry. What's your name?
I'm a vegetarian.
My name is Callum.
Very nice to meet you, Callum.
And it does hop forward and starts like biting away at the things. And it says, yes, lots of 2 legs, lots of 2 legs. One very stinky 2 legs. Would you like to know about the stinky 2 legs?
Maybe, but specifically, you know the spring over there? It's a,
Mhm.
and I start describing it in more mathematical terms.
The crow has no concept of the mathematical terms when you describe
But
it.
I want to use nature math. So
Mm.
the 6 trees away that way.
Yes. Don't drink that
Spring.
water. Don't drink that water. Bad water.
Do you know what happened to it?
The stinky 2 legs.
Oh, the stinky 2 legs. What did they
Mhm.
do to it?
Stinky 2 leg things? I didn't stay around to watch.
Do you know anyone who did?
There was light and they were saying words. And it
Huh.
does open its mouth. And let's see how close attention it was paying. Actually, with its mimicry, it does start to repeat what you immediately hear are incantations. Theo, give me an Arcana check.
Can I give Theo guidance
Only
on
a
that?
You
12.
can, and you still got that bardic inspiration
And you have a
floating around
student
too.
die for that too.
You have a
Is that
student
a-
die, you have a bardic inspiration, and you have guidance.
What does the student die do one more time? Sorry.
D4. Add a D4.
And then
One
the
time
bardic
per-
inspiration a D6.
Was a D6.
All right, so that's up to 15. And then up to 20. Dirty 20. And Theo feels very dirty in this place. In fact, for the last 10 minutes, I have been casting a floating disc that will float 3 feet above the water. And whenever we stop moving, Theo climbs up onto the floating disc. It can support up to 500 pounds, and he stays out of the water. Now, it unfortunately is immobile until I move. But whenever we start moving, then I move and it follows behind me. And then if we stop for any reason, I get out of the water and onto the floating disc.
Mal's gonna shake all over you when we get out of here. Oh,
You
So satisfying.
Theo, all of you hear what sounds like a husky person.
I hate dogs.
A husky person's voice chanting something, but every once in a while you hear Theo, you understand what they're saying doesn't quite make sense. It is almost like it is a it's necromancy, like a necromantic carrier wave, but there's everything in it. There's elements of transmutation, there's elements of illusion, elements of evocation. It's just chaotic. It is almost nonsense, but it keeps repeating, like it in intervals intentionally.
Some kind of chaotic ritual is underway. I cannot make sense of it. It feels like different schools of magic are converging and crashing into one another. I can't make sense of it, but I'm sure it's very dangerous and we should probably head back to the dorm.
Oh,
Can you,
remember I said don't drink the water because the water's bad, right?
It has crocodiles in it. That's all I needed to know.
The crow flies up to your shoulder and says, no. Crocodile water's good. Spring water's bad. Spring water's bad because of that. And it points, and you all see from next to the spring, right where it points, underneath the mud, 3 rows of eyes open up. And the mud starts to shift as something very large is coming up out of the mud. And that is a good place for us to stop.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
it's a great place. Yeah.
Yep.
3 rows of eyes.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm sure it's
All
fine.
Everything is okay. That is where we're going to end for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. I am so scared. I have been thinking in this character's mind for too long. I am terrified of what is going to happen next. So join us next week to see what that is. And again, thank you so much for joining us. It'll be the same Demiplane channel, same Demiplane time next week. Later, Gators.
Demiplane time lion.
same
Time
lion.
Lion.
Time lion.
Channel, same Strix. No, time lion's better.
Time lion.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.